In this video, I'm going to be explaining why you have to and you must always put your work before your girl. And when you lose this dynamic, when you lose this frame of you pursuing work and then you turn and you pursue the girl, everything goes to shit. Everything goes to shit. Because the best dynamic possible, the natural dynamic, is she is in love with you, you are in love with your work. Because there can't be two people enamored and obsessed and pursuing. There just can't, guys. There has to be one that's doing the chasing and you who's doing the pursuing of your career. So let me explain the dynamic behind this, why she might try to tell you she doesn't want this, and why it might cause problems in your relationship when you do this, because she is operating on a conscious level, but subconsciously, this is what she wants, okay? Now, let me tell you, first off, this is why it has to be this way. Number one, we know women are emotional, right? If you don't have something to put your time and energy and attention towards, like your work, like your purpose, then you are going to get caught up in their emotions. You're not going to have something that occupies your mind. When you're bored, when you're idle, as a man, you're very susceptible to their manipulation, games, arguments. It really affects you more. If you don't even have time to think about them because you're working, now they can't penetrate you with their games. Even if you've been in a long-term relationship, this stuff happens all the time. And when you get into a relationship with a girl, and she becomes mad at you for working too much, for putting your work first, this is what you do. This is how you handle it. Okay? First off, before you started dating her, she should have clear expectations. They're obviously not going to give a shit, but they should have clear expectations that this is your purpose. This is what they're signing up for, right? This is what you're signing up for. I work every single day. This is how it's going to be. My work always comes before you, and you need to tell them that in the beginning. Not only that, that's what they want to hear. Consciously, they're going to like, no, I don't want to be number two. But subconsciously, they're very attracted to that. They're very attracted to a man that conquers, that pursues, that goes for things, that has ambition. Even if on a conscious level, they're like, I want more attention, blah, blah, blah. Subconsciously, this is what they want. And so when you get into a relationship, you set the expectations. Obviously, they're going to forget, and they're still going to cause a fight. But you still set the expectations. Now, when they cause a fight and they say you need to work less, I don't see you enough, blah, 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 you say, A, this is what you signed up for. Okay, I told you this in the beginning. This is what you signed up for. 2, I spend my time working to provide a life. A lot of women aren't really rooted that deeply in reality. And so a lot of women don't understand the fact that if they want a great lifestyle from the man to provide to them, the man has to work. You have to sow and you have to reap. They want a guy that like won the lottery, doesn't have to work, and is just a billionaire. And you have to remind them that's not how the world works. If they want to be with a winner, then I need to be winning. I am not winning when I'm sitting on my ass talking to you all day. Say it like that. say it in your messaging, but that's exactly right because it's the truth. Ask them this. Do you want to be with a winner or a loser? Oh, I want to be with a winner. Okay. How do you think a winner acts every single day? Do you think a winner sits on his ass? Do you think a winner doesn't work that hard? Do you think a winner goes 50%? No, I don't, but you could still spend more time with me? No, I can't. No, I can't. It's all in or nothing. Winner or lose. You have to make this so crystal clear for them. It has to be binary. Only 2 outcomes. I spend more time with you. You respect me less lifestyle. I'm a loser. You leave. Or we continue. I continue working hard. I continue winning. I continue giving you and continue to give you a better lifestyle. And you have to deal with not seeing me as much as you quote unquote like to. Pick. And as brutal as it sounds, if you're not that crystal clear with them, they're going to continue to cause a fight. And yes, they'll bring it up in the future, of course, because whatever. But they will continue to make it an issue if you don't put your fucking foot down. You say, this is my number 1 priority. You are number 2. You are number 2. You come second to my work. If you're not okay with that, I understand. You can leave. But let me tell you something. If you do leave, and if you do pursue a man in the future, and literally say this to them, I'm not exaggerating, you need to strike a fucking chord. You'll say this, look, you can leave, because I'm not going to change. But let me tell you something. Here's exactly what will happen if you do leave. You are used to a type A personality. You're used to a winner. You're used to somebody that works a lot. You're used to somebody with purpose. And every single type A person, like me, is going to work a lot. Okay? So that will then take them off the market for you because you want someone to spend more time with you. So then you're going to go for a guy that doesn't work as hard, but he's a little type B. And he's not as assertive, not as aggressive, not as dominant, not as pursuant. And guess what's going to happen? The more time he spends with you, the less you're interested in him. And you're going to be in this conundrum because you really want type A. So stop being selfish, come to terms with reality, and understand the man you want to be with is going to be fucking busy. That should do it. And you think I'm joking. I'm not joking. I am not joking. You need to slam them back into reality. Enough bullshit. Don't engage me with this petty shit, okay? You and I both know not only that you signed up for this, but two, this is what you actually deep want. You can't have your cake and eat it too, okay? You want a guy like me that works a lot. This is what you get. There's no other option. If you want a guy that doesn't work that much, you have your type B option that I just lined out. Go ahead and be with them, and they'll never leave. Like, this is something you need to know about women, man. It's a game of poker. Okay, they're gonna put up a wall. They're gonna put up a front. They're gonna bluff. They're gonna do all these things, saying they're gonna do this, do that, and you need to spend more time with them because they're not happy. When push comes to shove, and you tell them to fucking leave if they're not happy, they will never leave, ever. And it's gotten to the point where, like in the past, I've almost like begged women to leave because I was like, you know, the relationship wasn't that great, and they were causing fights. I'm like, fucking leave, and they just clinged on to me harder. And that's the dynamic they need. They almost want like a stern father-like figure in a way. Not in a weird way. In a way where it's like, we have the discernment. Okay? This is reality. These are your options. Pick. And of course, it's like an illusion of free will, right? Because they're not going to pick. They know they're not going to leave. Right? It's just to get your attention. It's just because they miss you. It's just because they want to feel validated. And so like, you want to give them an inch, but you don't want to give them anything more. So like, for example, if you're resolving this with a woman you love, right? So let's say you're in a relationship and it's serious and like, you know, she brings this to you, be like, look, how about this? I'll take you out. Maybe give them a tiny bit more time. Max. Like agree to do something for them. That's very small, but you have to preface that's all they're going to get because work is always number one. So like, for example, let's say you normally spend half a day with them on Sunday. Be like, look, this Sunday, I'll grab a coffee with you. Okay? But don't get used to it. Don't get used to it at all. Because this is number one. And then you have to loop back. It's kind of like a sale. It's kind of like sales. Then you have to loop back and you have to end the conversation with you in charge. This is number one. This is what they can expect. Every single time. And you have to also remind them not every fucking instantaneous need in every relationship is met every single time. Okay, you want to be with X person, you're gonna have to compensate. You have to give something up, which is my time. You're not gonna get me all the time. That's the reality. You can't have this type A and get all your type B shit too. They're kind of like children in a way where they're just like wah, I want everything. It's like you have to be that like figure. No, this is not reality. This is reality, okay? And they will never leave, and they will respect you, and they will conform so long as they actually believe that you would tell them to leave. If they don't believe you, or they think you're bluffing, or they think that they can keep pushing you and keep getting their way, they will. You have to be stern. Don't be a dick, but be stern, okay? And I'm talking about like relationships. If this is like before relationship, and she's bitching about your work, oh, she's gone. She's so gone. This is like when you're in it, right? Because over time, this is what they do. They will not act like something is a problem. 6 months in, now it becomes a problem, right? Because they put up a front to be with you. And then they just watch social media. They talk to their friends in other relationships, and the guy doesn't work that hard, so they get to spend more time together. And now she's all in her head about time, right? That's how it works. And so this will come up later on. But if it comes up in the beginning, fucking get out of here. So you're already a little bit invested with this girl, so you have to put your foot down, and they will conform. You know the options, right? I told you this in the beginning. You know the options. If you can no longer do it, I completely understand. But here's the reality: you're not going to find a guy that works all the time, and get to spend all time with them. We need sleep. We need other things. So it's up to you. I'm good with whatever you want to do. Literally, you have to be that nonchalant, that detached. Whatever you want to do, all good. But nothing's going to change on my end. Zero. I will continue to work hard. That will always be number one. You will always be number two. So, think about it. Let me know. Let's go back to work. Literally, if you do that, she'll never leave. She will bend, and she will come to her senses. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, guys, and comment below on anything else you want me to cover. Appreciate you guys.